Hello and welcome again. Let's continue our React front end app. And to do this, we are going to be doing a little cleanup. We can see that inside our SRC, we have the app.js and every other thing. We're going to be deleting some things that we don't need so that we can start writing our components. But before we do this, I'm gonna do some little things that are very important. So I'm gonna install. This is where our app is running. This is it's running. So I just did npm start. Once you do this, it's gonna launch you into this. So I'm gonna install some modules that we'll be using to write our front end. That will be the first thing I'll do. So I'm gonna do Ctrl+C in order to stop this server, so that I can install some things. And those things those modules I'm installing Redux, because we want to use Redux as the state manager for this. I'm installing React Router DOM. I'm also installing React Redux. I'm also installing Redux Thunk, also Redux DevTools extension. I'm installing Moment, and I'm installing React Moment. So all these modules are going to help us in writing the code. You can use Axios or Fetch API if you want to connect to API that you've written in your backend. But in the project, we are specifically told to use Fetch API and not Axios. So take note of that. So instead of using Axios, we are going to be using Fetch API for our fetch. So because of that, I might not just be installing the Axios at all. So I'm going to install this. I'm going to do npm install. So I'm going to be bringing in, if you had wanted to use Axios, you would have just said Axios. Axios, you can use it to fetch if you want, but we are not going to be using it. So I'm going to be installing React Router DOM, because we are going to be using it, React Router DOM. I'm also going to be installing Redux. That's the state manager that we're going to be using, app level states Redux. I'm going to also be installing React Redux. React Redux is what connects our Redux to the React, because you can also use Redux on its own without using it in React. So we have React Redux. We also need Redux Thunk. Very important. Redux Thunk. We also need Redux DevTools extension. We are going to see how we can use this DevTools extension. It's very good whenever you're developing with React. So we need Redux DevTools extension. Very important. Redux DevTools extension. Then we also need Moment for time. And we now, to connect our Moment to our React, we also need the React Moment. So these are the modules that we need to install that will enable our front-end building to work effectively. So I'm going to hit the enter button. So all these are going to be installed. It's going to take quite a while, so I'm going to just stop this video and continue later. So subsequently, after this installation, we're going to do some cleanup. I'm going to remove some of the files that we don't need here, so that we can start creating our components. So follow up on this. If you're just seeing this video for the first time, we've been doing a series already in the project, so check out the project. If you're using this video to learn and you're not giving it a thumbs up, or you are not subscribed to my channel, or you're not sharing it so that other people can see it and use it, I don't know. So please hit the subscribe button immediately. Click the bell icon so that anytime I release any video, you'll be the first to see it. If you have any questions and concerns, drop them in the comment section. Thank you. So I'll come back when the installations are done so that we can continue. Thank you.